Hi, Cheryl.
Hello, thank you so much for having me here.
You're most welcome. I'm happy to have you today in our podcast. It is informal episode, but usually these conversations are so powerful from experience which I had with our previous guest that I just decided to record them as well. So, you would like to speak about healthy boundaries. Yeah, so
Yeah,
tell me a little bit about yourself and why you do what you do, what is behind this. It is always
yeah,
nice to know.
for sure. So I'm a mental health speaker and author. I've been speaking for about 6 years now, but 3 years ago, I experienced burnout.
Mhm.
And I had basically given up my speaking and my writing business because of COVID and gone to work full time for an animal rescue. And shortly thereafter, my clients started coming back, my writing clients. So I was working these full time days at the animal rescue, which was, 12 to 14 hours. Then I was working on my client work after that. I was taking care of my parents. They were getting older and sicker. And I'm still volunteering for all the things and, helping out all my friends. And I just burned out. I basically hit a wall. I spent 2 months crying constantly. Just couldn't get a sentence out without tears. I was short with people. I wasn't sleeping well. I was drinking more than I've ever drank before. And one day I just didn't see an end in sight. And I almost drove into oncoming traffic just to end it. Thankfully I pulled over, kind of freaked out, didn't want to hurt myself, didn't want to hurt anybody else, and
Mhm.
realized that something major had to change in my life. And a friend of mine had given me a book on boundaries, and I was like, I don't know what these are, and I don't think I need them. Um, and I decided to pick that book up and realized that I had no healthy boundaries, and most of the issues in my life had come from that. So kind of embarked on this journey. I started writing my book. You had me at no,
Mhm.
and began speaking about it and coaching about it. And now my mission is just to make the world a better place, one boundary at a time.
Yes, it is such a good topic because for some reasons we can do many so good things and just having so good attentions. Yes, to be better, to help. And I also had this syndrome of if being not comfortable to say no. I thought that if I say no, I will hurt people, how I can hurt somebody if they need my help. Yes, but when we analyze our life, if we have no boundaries, even if our intentions are so good, it becomes that the person who we say no is ourselves. Yes, because by saying yes to other people, from my experience before I started my self-development growth and this journey, yeah, I was always saying no to myself. Yeah, because I wanted to please people, I wanted to help, I loved people. I thought that I'm here to make world a better place. And every time when I was saying yes to other people, I was saying no to myself. Yes, and also it came to some point that it became so essential to understand what is going on and change that perception. Yes, so it is really very important topic, especially for uh, driven business owners, entrepreneurs who have such a big goals, who understand that they are here for something big, yes, and they are driven to find that opportunities and to release their potential. And as you said, so many cases they just find themselves in the dark place, burned out, depressed, having anxiety. So tell a little bit about what you did, how you changed from saying yes to everybody and then to becoming the author of the book to show people how to say no.
Well, I will say, look, it truly is a journey. And, I'm still working on it. It's a skill and a muscle that you kind of have to work every single day. And honestly, just this morning, I had an experience. I've really drawn a very hard boundary that I cannot get involved in animal rescue. Um, I support them. I still donate a portion of my books and my speaking engagements goes to them. But I know that it's like one foot in the door and then suddenly I'm, enmeshed again and I'm doing too much and giving up my life. And I had an experience this morning. Someone was looking for somebody to do a media kit for a rescue on Facebook. And I had to really, really stop myself because I created a framework. I created this whole process around boundary setting. And the very first step of it is pausing, is not jumping at every single opportunity. And I put those in quotation marks, and really pausing and checking in with yourself. And I'm super proud. Like, I have to celebrate today because I did that. I paused, I worked through my framework, and I was like, okay, this is not right for me right now. Doesn't mean it never will be, but it's not right for me right now. So I would say the whole experience has been a journey. The whole experience has been a process. I started out small. I started out with the people that weren't super close to me, that there was really no major fallout. If anything happened, if I set a boundary and it blew up or I did it wrong or whatever, there was really no fallout because they were relative strangers. And when I say that, I mean getting a massage and telling the massage therapist that they're using too much pressure. And we don't see this as necessarily a boundary, but when we have problems speaking up for ourselves, that's one of those areas that we're like, oh, we don't want to make it weird. We don't want to make the other person feel bad. We don't, so we accept the discomfort, whether it's physical or, mental or emotional. We accept it rather than it like let someone else be uncomfortable. So I started out with those small steps, doing that with people that, again, there's no fallout. And then I kind of worked my way up. Then it was with friends, then it was with family, and then finally, the coup de grace of all boundary setting is with our moms. So, I set a boundary with my mom, and it went well. And each of these, like, as I learned from them, like, did it go okay? Could something have been better? Could I have communicated it better? As I did that, I got stronger with each step, and helped people along the way. So really, I mean, the process has just been start small, get stronger when you work on the bigger issues. And man, my life has changed. My life has changed completely. So it's amazing what happens when you speak up for yourself.
Yes, this is so important topic that we're discussing today because as you said, some people feel that they cannot be themselves, they cannot express themselves without hurting other people. They think that if they express themselves, it will hurt somebody, and this is not always the case. For example, as you said, in that situation with the massagist, it is even better for her if you tell her, don't put much pressure. For her, it will be even saving her energy, right? So it is nothing bad. But from someone perspective, like for you that time, you were connecting, expressing yourself with hurting her. So, and it is also so important to really learn to hear yourself. Yes, and be brave to express yourself how you are. And if you don't like something, you have to express this in a nice way, polite way, without hurting somebody. But it is important to express that, because what is happening if we suppress all these thoughts, emotions, and as you said in your situation, even in massage, that you think, why somebody, for example, if listen to this story, for them it will be weird. Like, you feel pressure, why you don't say? Like, somebody else in that situation would just immediately tell, or
Mhm.
don't press, and they will not even connect it with hurting other people. But in your mind it was like that, right? So it shows like how we can be, like, have those uh, conditions, like conditioned thoughts and feelings and behavior which even harmful for ourselves. It is like being in the prison and thinking, oh, I have to keep, I cannot hurt somebody, but then you hurt yourself. So it is so important to really listen to yourself and start listening to that voice, yes, which are our intuition, to really listen ourselves and start accepting ourselves as we are, and stopping compressing, yes, those feelings in order to show different, right? Like to protect our outside relations by impressing those feelings, because those feelings, when they are impressed, it just take place out as depression, as diseases. And this is why people get sick, because they can impress those feelings, yes, or not expressed feelings for so long that it comes out as disease. And
Yeah.
this is what exactly happened with you. Yes, when you burnt out and you said that you had that experience, that you were crying for 2 months, it means that you had been suppressing your emotions for so long, that then when this cap got full, it just poured out everything within those 2 months, and it was just coming out of you and you couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's this great term called emotional leakage.
Mm.
And it happens when we try to squash something down. We tell ourselves, oh, that's not bothering me. Oh, I can handle that. I can't say anything to anybody. And we try and like squash down those emotions and those feelings, and they come out whether we like it or not. Either it's a snide remark or a sarcastic comment, or it's eye rolling, or a dirty look or something like that, but it's coming out. So you might as well stop it at the beginning and figure out how to express that in a healthy way.
Yes, exactly. Nothing is destroyed, nothing is created. Everything is there, everything is energy. And we should be so aware of those processes which happen to us. If we are hurt, we have to say about this. Yes, we just have to discuss this. Even somebody say us and we don't agree, we always have to know that we have ability to accept and reject. So if somebody's opinion, what they say about us or something hurts us, it is our ability to reject and say, no, this is interesting, this is, I respect your opinion,
Mhm.
but I think different, it doesn't relate to me, I'm like this. So you have to speak it out, yeah, and not just impress it, because if you don't speak it out, um, uh, if you don't respond in a proper way, again it will stay in your mind. Yes, not discussed, not expressed feelings, it will stay in your mind, it will go to your subconscious body, it will go to your body, and it will stay there. And this is how people also collect all this, and then they don't sleep at night, because they go to sleep and they have all these unexpressed thoughts, ideas, feelings, and it feels so it is really feels like you can feel it in your gut, like this such uncomfortable feeling, because your body shows you that it should go out. Don't store it, yes, in your body, just go, let it go out, speak it to people, find friends, just get it out, discuss the situation, not just to let it in, because everything what is unaddressed, yes, what is suppressed, will come out in the form which we will not like, yeah, which will not be really good. Yes, so thank you so much for sharing your story. It is really empowering to know how you learned that lesson and how you said that When you just shift your perception about setting boundaries, all your life changed. It's because you learned how to put yourself first. And when you respect yourself, when you take care and love yourself, this is how it is reflected in the outside world. So I'm sure that other people started looking you different, relations change. So tell a little bit about this. What you see that really changed in your life after you set the boundaries.
Yeah. So, there were a couple of different reactions. And when you start setting boundaries, you can expect this. There are going to be some people that are just excited for you. They love you dearly. They've been waiting so long for you to finally take care of yourself. And they're super excited, that you're setting boundaries and that you're speaking up. Um, Unfortunately, those are probably in the minority. Most people don't like change. And when you do start setting boundaries, it means that you are going to be saying no to people that have counted on you, up until this point. And I had a couple of those people that were like, yes, she's setting boundaries. That's awesome. Like, 100% support. And then I'll be honest, my stepmom, who I was super, super close to, when I did start setting boundaries, and I did this wrong, that's on me. I walked into my parents' house one day and I was like, oh man, I'm going to start setting boundaries. I'm going to start saying no to things. And that's not the way to do it. Don't do that. Learn from that. But, her first response was, well, who's going to do stuff for us?
Interesting.
And eventually she came around. She realized, like, I am still going to be there for them, but for my own health, for my own emotional and mental health, like, I needed to limit what I was doing for everyone, really.
Hmm.
But so you'll have those people that they're not going to like it right off the bat. But they love you, they care about you, they value you as an employee or as a client or as a vendor, whatever you are. They want to keep you in their life, so they come around. They're like, okay, yep, I get it, that's fine. I'll either find somebody else to do this, I'll figure out how to do it myself, maybe it doesn't need to be done at all. um, and then you've got kind of this third group of people, and that third group of people, I call them boundary busters. And it's because they are never going to accept your boundaries. Okay. They are the people that are going to push back. They're going to try and manipulate you. They're going to do everything they can to get you to go back to the old version.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing we all need to learn about boundary setting is you can't control anyone else. Okay. Right off the bat, the only person you can control is yourself. So when you face these boundary busters, well, you can't change them. You can't make them accept who you are. So at that point, you have a choice. And that choice is go back to who you used to be and deal with it. Or you either limit their access in your life, or they're no longer in your life. And sometimes that's a decision that you have to make. Sometimes that's a self-selection. They will leave your life. Does it sound bad to say, like, oh, well, I'm going to lose people if I set boundaries? If they don't respect you and they don't respect your boundaries and they're not willing to accept what's best for your mental health, they don't really deserve to be in your life anyway. And I had some people that did not like the fact that I was no longer, people pleasing and being everything to everyone. And they're not in my life anymore, or they're in my life in a very limited capacity. So,
Yes, that's a great indicator. Yes, this is how you can really identify why people are with you, right? If people really have true intentions and they want your success, they're happy for your growth, they will encourage you to have boundaries. Or people,
yes.
if they don't respect other people's boundaries, it means that there should be maybe different intentions why they are with you, right? So this is very good way to see really who is who.
Mhm.
And as you said, do we really need these people to have in our life if they don't see the way how they respect boundaries? Yeah, because we set the boundaries not just for limit them, right? We set boundaries, so we have to be with ourselves and we really can be who we are. And we, because we want to grow. So this energy, we want to focus on something that really matters. Yes, it is. Yes, it was great conversation, Cheryl. Thank you so much for sharing and yeah, sharing your story and your attitude to boundaries. And I'm looking forward for our official interview, which we will have soon. So we will go more deeper, and you will share some maybe techniques how people can set boundaries, yes, how really to succeed, because it is not always easy process, yes, and of course we shouldn't um, wait that expect that everyone will be happy, because people don't like any changes. People like changes, but they don't want to change. Yes, and also they don't want other people in their circle to change because it will cause the change. Yes, so people always react. Yes, as you said, some people react that, oh, how will we do that without you? But really, if they have those good intention and they really love you and they really want you success, they will later, after this reaction, they will find a way and they will look for peace and they will find, like, yes, it is really good. Yeah, and those people who don't understand this, they just no need to have them. Yeah,
Yes.
like we open space, yes, you can, like, like if some other people leave, it means that it opens space for other people to come who really worth that space in your lives.
Yes.
And
Yep. I love that.
yeah, so thank you so much and see you soon in our
You.